What up, boxing world? 12 rounds TV. Like a phoenix, the rebirth of Manny Pacquiao is coming. You guys know Manny Pacquiao was injured after the Mayweather fight last May 2nd. He then had a surgery. He's getting well. He's getting ready to come back. Manny Pacquiao has not once said, despite the people that said that he should retire, to include the president of the Philippines, he is not going to retire. He loves the sport. He's going to stay. And he's going to fight. Alright? He's not like other people that are going to go out with a whimper. Or with whimpers. Plural. Anyway, it doesn't take much of a leap of faith to declare that Manny Pacquiao, like the phoenix bird of mythology, is praised to be reborn and rejuvenated. And also like the phoenix, Pacquiao will be reborn from the ashes of his predecessor in this case. Reborn from the ashes of his old self, energized with a drive and focus that saw him become an unstoppable force as he rose through the weight division. 8-time world champ. Hell. Regardless, he lost to Mayweather last May 2nd. Doesn't freaking matter. Manny Pacquiao is still a better person, a better boxer, because you guys know the truth to the matter is this. Boxing fans around the world have an aversion to fighters that are reluctant on going toe-to-toe, and that is Floyd Mayweather Jr. You guys know that. Anyway, by the way, credit to this article. It was by Dennis Cruz. He wrote it on Sports Blog. He titled it "Like a Phoenix, the Rebirth of Manny Pacquiao is Coming." I'm gonna read you guys some of the stuff that he wrote here. Very good things. Excuse me. Well, knowing the competitive juices that flow through the veins of Manny Pacquiao, there can only be one response to the dark days of last couple of months. The 8th division world champion icon will be feverishly driven towards redemption and a measure of revenge. I don't even think that Manny Pacquiao is looking forward as much as he wanted to before, after the fight with Mayweather on the rematch. You know what I'm saying? If it happens, it happens. He wants it. He's not going to turn it down. If Mayweather says, yes, you know what, Pacquiao, I'm going to continue on. I'm going to fight freaking bums like Mayfield and Berto, and then I'm going to rematch with you. So I could be at 60-0 when I retire. You know what I mean? So anyways. So I don't think Manny Pacquiao is as excited anymore as he was when he fought Mayweather and lost. You know, he was excited. He wanted a rematch. As a matter of fact, Manny Pacquiao is humble enough to say some good things to Mayweather during their final press conference and the final stare down. Manny Pacquiao said thank you to Mayweather on the final press conference. Mayweather sat there stagnant, didn't say crap, you know, looked like a sore loser, looked like somebody that ate a bad whatever. Anyways, still, Manny fought through the injury in stacked deck, putting a very solid performance that many say was more than enough to get a win. It didn't go his way though. And to add insult to injury, class action lawsuits would be filed against him and his team for allegedly cheating the viewing public by going through the fight knowingly hampered by an injured shoulder. Now, Max Kellerman already had touched up on this one. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Just to remind all of you of what Max Kellerman had said, had Manny Pacquiao signed or checked yes if he was ever injured, then the fight would have been canceled. Tickets have already been bought. Flights, hotel rooms have already been booked. People around the world have already flown to Las Vegas. Do you want to really cancel the fight? I strongly believe that Manny Pacquiao did the right thing of not saying anything. Despite if Manny Pacquiao or Bob Arum said anything about the shoulder injury after the fight with Mayweather, it was going to come out anyways. You know, it's going to come out. Regardless, it's going to come out. But had Manny Pacquiao won against Mayweather, he almost did. He almost did. Had Manny Pacquiao won against Mayweather, especially on the, I think it was third or fourth round, when he had that little session there, had he wasn't hurt that bad and kept going, I believe he could have got Mayweather. You know, Mayweather is very elusive, and I'm going to give him that. He's got a great defense, but he's not untouchable. Manny Pacquiao caught him with a solid left and freaking blew out on Mayweather. You know, he unloaded a few shots, but I would have loved to see more, but he didn't throw as many shots. You know, I didn't like Manny Pacquiao for, you know, stepping back and say he wanted to punch himself out. But I don't think that was the real reason, and you guys know what the real reason was. Anyway, if Manny Pacquiao would have canceled the fight against Mayweather, what do you think would have happened? Would you have rather have a guy went through the pain, sucked it up, manned up, and fought everything that he had, everything that he can? And even though I think that Manny Pacquiao could have done more, but I'm not Manny Pacquiao. I wasn't the Manny Pacquiao that was inside the ring with Mayweather. I don't know how I was feeling. Regardless of what people say, oh, he didn't look like he could throw a punch. He didn't look like he was hurting because he was throwing all those combos. He didn't look like he was hurting because he was throwing just solid jabs. You don't know. Maybe he was doing that because he don't want Mayweather to know. Even though Mayweather already knew, because Ellerby had a freaking snitch inside Manny Pacquiao's camp during the damn, during their freaking all-access workout, what have you. As a matter of fact, the article that came out was there was a mole in Manny Pacquiao's camp. And coincidentally, Leonard Ellerby, Mayweather Promotions, said, I know everything that's going on inside Pacquiao's camp. I know how many times he trains a week. I know what's going on. I know who he trains with, who his sparring partners are. How would he know that without having a snitch, a mole, a spy inside Manny Pacquiao's camp? Mayweather already had an advantage coming to the Manny Pacquiao fight. And you guys know that, man. Come on. Anyway. Now, after the loss and shoulder surgery and the lawsuits, Manny's still Manny. Arm is sling. He has had to bear the brunt of media scorn and even had to put up with an arrogant, dismissive Mayweather calling him a coward and a liar on a worldwide television. That was the interview with Jim Gray on a Showtime special. Manny Pacquiao had a sit down with Jim Gray and called Manny Pacquiao different names, many names, to include coward and a sore loser, and that he was just embarrassed, all of that stuff. You know what I mean? But who's a coward now? Mayweather is about to fight Berto in a damn Mayfield. Mayweather's comparing freaking Mayfield and Berto to Algieri, which is ridiculous. Lesser men would have crumbled. But as we all have come to know, Manny Pacquiao is made of stronger material than you know, than you and I. For a warrior at heart, humiliation and defeat is a fuel. He will be back better than ever and focused on redemption. If Mayweather won't grant him the rematch, then everyone else in Manny's way will have to pay the price. But one way or the other, Manny will not go out with a whimper. Parentheses, Mayfield and Berto. You know, I don't know what's going on, but there's so much thing going on in the boxing world. But I did not once see this coming of Mayweather announcing he wants to fight Mayfield or Berto. I did not see that coming. Now, Mayweather is known for throwing curveballs. If you know, despite if you know that he was about to throw a fastball, he'll throw a curveball. And we all know that. So, could this be real? That really wants to fight Mayfield or Berto? We don't know yet. But it seems like he seems pretty serious about fighting these two bums. And comparing them to Algieri. When he fought Pacquiao. Algieri was nowhere near on the level of Berto and Mayfield before he fought Pacquiao. He was actually the one who was supposed to retire Pacquiao. I was heavily criticized on my channel, on my other channel, that Algieri had all the advantage in the world. The height advantage, the longer reach, the young, the hungry. Pacquiao is done, he's washed up. Guess what? Algieri was put down 6 times. Regardless of the slippage, you know, all that stuff. Algieri ran so much, he was bound to slip. Let's just say 3 out of those 6 knockdowns were legit. Because they were legit. Still, Algieri couldn't do crap against Pacquiao. But Algieri was nowhere near the level of Mayfield and Berto at the moment. Nope. But Mayweather says Pacquiao is not on his level, but yet he compares his fights in himself to Pacquiao when he's talking about Algieri and Pacquiao. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. I don't know. Sometimes life is not fair. Mayweather's about to go out with a whimper, guys. And guess what? Regardless if rematches with Pacquiao or not, to the eyes of the public, everybody, Pacquiao deserves more credit than Mayweather. Whether Manny Pacquiao gets the rematch against Mayweather or not, Pacquiao is still going to be known as the humble guy. And the excuses that people were saying about the shoulder injury, bros, you guys don't understand. That wasn't the way how Manny Pacquiao meant when he brought up the shoulder injury. The first person that brought up the shoulder injury was Bob Arum. Second was Manny Pacquiao on the final on the post press conference. Regardless, Bob Arum, Pacquiao didn't say anything about the shoulder injury. It was going to come out. It was going to come out. All right? It was going to come out. It sounded like an excuse coming from Manny Pacquiao. But that's not how he meant it. Manny Pacquiao, born and raised in the Philippines, third world country, thinks that he want to say he can't really put it in English. He does speak English. You can understand him. But things that you and I wanted to really say and mean, Pacquiao can't put that in his perspective. And it came out as an excuse. And a lot of you guys, to include YouTube channels, you know, boxing critics, sportscasters, you name it, to include freaking Stephen A. Smith arguing with, Skip Bayless. He's saying that Pacquiao made an excuse and all this stuff. I wish you all can fucking speak another language too. And you all will understand how hard it is to try to get your point across speaking another language. You know, I would love Stephen A. Smith, you know, and Paulie Malignaggi to speak Tagalog, Philippines, you know, or Visayan, what Manny Pacquiao's dialect. Speak that and try to freaking get your point across. You see what happens. Pacquiao's shoulder injury when he brought up the post-fight conference was a misconception. He didn't mean it how the public got it. I got it. I can relate to him. And so does a lot of people. But obviously, all we saw, or all everybody saw, was, or let's just say all Mayweather's fans saw, to include him in his corner, all they saw was that. As a matter of fact, there was a video with him and Adrian Broner taunting Pacquiao, saying 19 years or some stupid stuff like that. 19 years, 18 years, or 20 years, no excuses. What? No excuses? Oh yeah? You never made any excuse? How come it took you 6 years to fight Pacquiao? And you say that Pacquiao is a sore loser, a coward, you know, this and that, got all the excuses in the world? Pacquiao made a mistake and said something about his shoulder injury. One time. Versus, as a matter of fact, not even an hour. One time in a post-fight conference. But Mayweather has been making an excuse and ducking Pacquiao for freaking 6 years, and he doesn't get criticized. Why is that? Pacquiao agreed to all the demands Mayweather had demanded. Gloves, drug testing, MGM Grand Arena, freaking disrespectful MGM Grand to Pacquiao. That's why he had to go to Mandalay Bay to do his what was that? His barricade and his what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember. Anyways, see what I mean? You know, can't get your point across when you were born in America. You know what I mean? So yeah, there you go. Final thoughts of this article that came out. Like a phoenix, the rebirth of Manny Pacquiao is coming. Manny Pacquiao will come back whether he fights Mayweather or whether Mayweather affords him the opportunity for a rematch or not. Manny Pacquiao will be a champ in a lot of people's heart. Manny Pacquiao will come back and fight and win. And Manny Pacquiao is nowhere near. He's not that character of what Mayweather says, a coward and a sore loser. That's not Manny Pacquiao. No. And you guys know that. Even if you are a Floyd Mayweather fan, you know it deep down inside. Mayweather ducked Pacquiao for 6 years. And he calls Pacquiao a coward and a sore loser. He's the one that's concerned. He's the one that's more worried than Pacquiao. And Pacquiao lost. He's the one that gets booed in his own country when he steps in a basketball arena by his own people, by his own American citizens. Pacquiao's not even here. And he gets booed in his own country. You guys know what I'm talking about. Mayweather will never ever get the credit that he wants. Because the truth of the matter is Floyd Mayweather Jr., he is the real coward. And he is the real sore loser. And he is the one that ducked Pacquiao. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to get shot. Leave me some comments and I'll talk to you in the next one.